Welcome back, everybody. We got ourselves another educational Smurf game, and this one is going to have a little bit of a twist. You guys have been talking about how I'm always playing with good teammates, and this time around, I'm going to be prepared for it because I requested it, but I am going to have a non-existent support from the offlane. So when I see that, the number one thing that I think about is having a hero that can recover. So oddly enough, the hero I was going to pick got banned, so now I'm kind of confused. So we'll go for Doom. I was going to pick Primal Beast. And what I mean by recover is that they're pretty tanky. They can usually cut creep waves, so like Primal Beast can drag the wave and then use his W to clear it. Doom's kind of similar. So the idea here is that I told my 4 position that he can choose whatever hero he wants, and to please jungle and don't lane with me, because you guys tell me that this happens to you all the time. So right now, I see that I'm against Crystal Maiden Ricky, and I don't have a forward. So what are we gonna do? Like, what can we do about this? Well, I would argue that going for rushing a ring of health is not a thing. We lost some gold because we waited to pick, which sucks. So I usually opt for a windlace in these type of circumstances. I'm expecting to take a lot of damage level 1 because it's Crystal Maiden, very strong level 1 support. So I'm gonna buy myself a salve. I'm not going to expect to get good items, like items that I would normally want to rush. And then I'm thinking about, how do I survive this early game? How do I make it so that I can basically not be sacked by my teammate here? So what we're gonna do is we are going to gear up to get slaughtered. So we don't want to invest in any really laning items, right? Like Vanguard's a laning item. We might be able to go back for it, but the odds are that that's not going to work out for us. So usually Dooms like to go like Vanguard, Mana Boots into Midas, or like sometimes they'll skip the Mana Boots, sometimes they'll only get the Ring of Health. Like, the idea is how many items do you invest, and that's usually based on how well you're doing in lane. So in this game, we're not expecting to have a good lane at all, and we are going to proceed to invest in virtually 0 laning items. These are items we eventually want because they build into Octarine Core, but it is what it is, you know? So we see a little fight going on. So we have to be really careful, since we already know our lane's gonna be hard, of like making it even harder in the pregame. So like, what would happen in your game is you'd see this, right? You'd be like, huh, what the fuck is this guy doing, right? And then you'd kind of gear up mentally. Maybe you have a 4-position Pudge. Maybe you have a jungle Huskar. You know, there's a lot of different ways that this can be done. So in this case, we're gonna level our W, and we're gonna try to block the range creep in front. I honestly could have prioritized just blocking. I probably should have done that. I'm so busy talking to you guys, but I should have blocked, like, so that the lane was further back. But what's gonna happen is maybe Crystal Maiden's a bit late to lane, so I'm gonna pop W right at the start and hope he's not a bit late, so I'm not gonna do that. So I'm gonna drag aggro defensively because I'm 1v2. Defensively again, pull it away from both of them. This is just me trying to, like, effectively push the wave and avoid hero-to-hero contact. So I did a little something for the range creep there. Gotta be really careful of fighting them when my W is down. So it's a lot about defensive aggro, if you guys haven't realized that already. So we're accepting that we're probably not getting much here. Making sure Crystal Maiden and Ricky can't go on us at the same time. So we're gonna go back and block a little bit, but we're gonna try to get creeps, actually. Never mind. We're going to try to make sure we're always soaking. So now we've got Devour. We've got a super hard wave pushing in. They're not level 2 yet, and I am. So this should be a decent opportunity to make them fight within creeps. I might be feeding here, actually. I am feeding. So I honestly thought that if they weren't level 2, they couldn't kill me yet. But I wasn't full HP. So that kind of sucks. And these are kind of deaths that we really try to avoid, but sometimes it just is what it is. So we hope we don't miss too many creeps here. Gonna TP right back in. Buy some more tangos. Fortunately, it's a big wave pushing into us. So So we're just going to make sure they don't pull hard. Fortunately, they actually block the hard, so that's like bad for them. They would want to deward that. How's my Venomancer jungle doing? Okay, he's got some items. Make sure I don't get caught here. Really important that you're not around when the last creep dies, because that's when they're looking to go on you. Notice how Crystal Maiden tried to do that. So, luckily, their lane equilibrium management wasn't all that great. So, I'm underneath tower now. Can't devour range, sadly. I'm near tower, I should be fine. So because I already used my Scorched, I kind of want to level Devour here and try to get a creep. So Ricky's busy over here. Like they cleared the camp. Really want to get a creep here. Ice Armor is really nice against Ricky. And go pick up the bounty. So in these type of scenarios, I'm kind of willing to do supporty things, you know? Because I have a guy that took my core role. The lane is pushing out, which is fantastic. If the lane was not pushing out, I would honestly be a bit fucked here. To be honest, like I would be probably running back to try to do what I was doing before where I'm cutting creeps. But since they pushed into me, I'm always monitoring this, right? I'm just gonna go pick it up. So we're just monitoring other lanes. Spearbreaker died. Crystal Maiden looks like she pulled. These single pulls by Maiden are kind of bad in this scenario. Because I'm 1v2, they don't want to be single pulling. She wants to be denying like as much as possible. Single pulling is only really good when you want to go back to the lane ASAP to help your carry because he's getting pressured, but his carry is not getting pressured, so. And defensively aggro, spam our W or our Q off cooldown. Do I go Mana Boots or do I go Midas? So Mana Boots are going to help me farm, and they'll also help keep me alive because I have a defensive spell that costs mana. So I can probably invest in them. So CM went top, which means we can pressure a bit. And nobody picks up Lotuses in these Smurf lobbies. So how much of a cuck we itemize to be is kind of based on like how hard we got railed in lane. And so we didn't actually get railed that hard here. We definitely got a worse start than we would hope for, but we're a hero that recovers. That's like a super important part of when you see this happening to you, is picking a hero that doesn't rely on a lane partner that hard. Generally very tanky and can do this to waves. Just clear the wave and not interact with opponent heroes. These are the heroes that fit the description of, like, you have a guy doing this, you know? So what we're going to do is we're going to start dragging, because we are all alone. TM actually pulled for us. I wouldn't be doing this manly of stuff if I didn't have the Frost Creep. Ricky's also underneath tower, so he's not really able to help.
Every educational Smurf game that I play on this channel is a lobby of volunteers from the BSJ community that are allowing themselves to be smurfed on for your own educational purposes. If you guys would like to take part in these lobbies, make sure to join the Discord link below. And if you'd like a guaranteed spot, make sure you sign up at patreon.com/BSJgaming for the starters or deluxe package.
Oh shit, there's a bounty hunter here. Oh, I didn't want that creep. Not ideal. I did not think about the fact that Bounty Hunter could show up. I didn't even take Doom because I expect to get no plays made around me. I'm gonna ping his bottle. So like I said, when you're in this spot, look to do support things. Lane pushing in? It is. Okay, we gotta like make sure we don't get CM bountied here. On the way over to lane. So CM bounty over there. Okay, so bounty hunter's top. Looks like Void's doing okay. I don't want that creep's ability. So we're going to look to cut now. We want to make them chase us as far as possible. Their mid's also not a very good ganker. So we want to be aware that we should run back towards our mid in case we need help. And it's also a rune time, so we can actually do this too, where we kind of check the rune with our mid. So we checked rune while farming, doing supporty things. Wait, what is he doing? Okay, I'll be honest. I just assumed he was coming. I'll be honest, like, I assumed he was coming. I'm not gonna lie. So we're just maxing out our abilities that make us, like, be able to sit bottom. That's just what I do when I have a gimped game. Once again, like, if you try to make plays when you're having a rough one, it just makes it worse usually. And you may say, BSJ, you're actually super farmed. The thing is that I had to invest a lot of resources, and Ricky is super farmed because I didn't pressure him at all. So what that basically means is that I need to prioritize myself higher. You know, I'm like looking out for my void. Like I was checking to see if he was getting pressured. Void is almost level 6. I can actually TP this. We're gonna push out the lane for our void here. Let him have it though. So I'll be honest, guys. I did tell this Wind Ranger to do this, so I'll defend him. It's good. I like that my team's like getting pissed at him. So we can look to help at the rune again. Just remember, we're just doing supporty things because we don't have one. Just doing supporty things. Now we level Doom because we're able to make some plays. We have a Midas. Very good. And we do normal Doom things, which is to go normal items, you know. We're going to buy some dust for bounty. Also, we're going to buy a wand because we're fighting a bit more. Okay, so Void has 6. We're monitoring the map. I actually said dust for bounty, but I meant bounty and Ricky. Okay, so that was a lot more damage than I expected to take, to be honest. Breakers beating a track kill. Okay, so we're no longer tracked. I'm gonna buy a Ring of Health. Problem is they have a Ricky going Diffusal. They have a Bounty Hunter who's hunting kills. And obviously I have a bunch of teammates that are not playing. It's a bit rough. My Void is dead too. So it's really important to just objectively view what's happening in the game. Like, rather than saying, this guy sucks, this guy's doing this wrong. I'm just trying to tell you guys, this is what I'm seeing happen in my game. I can actually help this, I think. Okay, I cannot. Okay, running back bottom. I thought he might get the charge off, which meant that I could turn that with a Doom, but that was not the case. So normally I would meet this guy in a pub, but since I paid him to do this, I didn't pay him, but I told him to do this. Okay, I didn't know we had Diffusal already. I'm feeding. Okay. This is actually a rough one, boys. So what do? What is the play? Venomancer is still being useless, but he is buying items. Silencer has a Witchblade. It's pretty impossible to lane against any of these guys, to be honest. Like, if I go against Ricky, whoever Bounty Hunter goes, he's gonna kill us. So let's make a move on top. Wait. So Void's going Midas as well. This game's gonna get out of control pretty quickly. We'll say this guy's doing a great job. I'm actually gonna focus really hard on the game right now, guys, because this is tough to know what to do here. So you gotta be really careful. Boyd might be in some trouble. Okay, he just kind of ate that gang. Okay, so we gotta play super safe on the map. We're honestly gonna have to get like 6 slotted here. That's just kind of the game we're in. Our Venom is level 10. Generally speaking, when your teammates do this, they do grief you for the sake of their game. That is often what happens, and it's important to keep in mind that this guy does have more than a support normally would. So we should be a bit more content having less than a carry normally would, or a core normally would. Okay, so we see Ricky running mid. So we're gonna quickly pull this over. So our Veno does have a Lotus. It's kind of good. Can't put on him. He put it in a spot where I couldn't use it on him. I needed him to be doomable. They could be running at me with like Ricky, so I'm gonna back off. In this patch, it's just not worth farming waves when you could just farm camps if you're afraid of dying. Like if Ricky chases me all the way over here, like he could do that. I could die right now, and that's life. But that's much harder for him to do than it is to just see me on the lane and kill me. But he is bottom, so I'm gonna run and go get the. Oh, Tiny's on me. Should be fine. Close call. Gotta rock the ring core. We get to do the disassemble shenanigans. To make sure we don't sell anything on accident. So the thing about our build is we will get farm, regardless if we have no space on the map. So what can we do against this Ricky? He's going Manta. Probably just need to buy a BKB and then some armor items. That's probably the play. I did tell this guy to play like a core, and he's actually just being completely useless, so I guess he's really buying into his role. So we could try to fight with our team as a way back in the game, but sadly we have like a Void of the Midas, we have a Midas, they have bounty hunters. There's like a lot of reasons not to fight. But it's tough, because they can also hunt us, so we're left in a really weird predicament. So we see 2 chasing. Maybe fight that.
I wouldn't want to be in that middle tower at this moment.
Big kills, let's fucking go! No void though. It's Corona, doesn't he? He does. Doesn't name on Midas yet though. I don't even know if that fight was good for us, to be honest. We can do this. We need to buy some detection. This does look like a pub, I will say. I didn't know how authentic this experience would be. We're just sticking to what we gotta do in the game. Clear waves, use our cooldowns. Oh my god, dude. I was hoping my dust would get delivered. Okay, my Spear Breaker is going Shadow Blade, which is not ideal. But do you have a shard? I don't think you can tell by looking at this. I might be getting hunted, because I am tracked. Yeah. To be honest, I didn't think they would do that. I'm gonna be ready to buy back. They go, I buy back. Oh, you just out of here, huh? Okay, Spearbreaker's being completely useless. There's a huge kill on Ricky. Infection. Okay, he came out. That works too. Okay. Those are some pretty huge kills. Got all the money I spent buying back plus some. A lot of experience too. Almost got our crucial item that will allow us to live, rather than just be food. I really like this creep because it's like a miniature force staff, but it's also can be used on opponents to pull them in. Like even better almost. It's like shorter range, and it's like you can't use it in silence, but other than that it's better. Okay, our Wind Ranger's feeding still. It's not worth dying potentially over that one creep because we see them coming. Really need this BKB. Really need it. Okay, so we have our BKB. Need to make sure we have detection on us as well. Venomancer died. Yep. Now we go travels so we can scale more. Probably should just take the rune. Wind Ranger's kind of proven he won't pick it up. Wanna get rid of full HP creeps here. Gotta get the fuck out of here. A little bit scary, honestly, that I did that. Because they were all missing for a bit. Because we don't have ults, we're just staying away from them. Ricky is showing those, so we're keeping an eye out. Just Just taking their camp on the way out, because we can, because they weren't respawned yet. I thought Void would go push this wave because they weren't respawned yet, but he didn't, so I'm gonna go do it now. I'm tracked. You know what item is worth considering is a Manta. It gives me some movement speed, they have global, they have track, they have CM Frostbite. It's actually an insanely good dispel game. And Lotus Orb's kind of a bitch item. Okay, he's almost fucking dead. I think as long as we're not dying, we're pretty happy here. Should have Midas the catapult. I'm not even gonna kill it now. I don't want to show on lanes for very long. I'm gonna TP bottom. They see a bunch of heroes top. It's worth TPing because you want to get this wave killed before they can possibly be here, and they theoretically could go through the portal. But like now I'm getting out because they could have gone through the portal and ran at me. They could just be roshing as well. Yeah. In that case, they might still go through the portal, but I'm gonna wait near this wave to see if they're top, because that means I can connect to my team if they are top, and I'm also able to go bottom if they go top. So yeah, they go top. If I wait near the wave, which allows me to do this. So Ricky has... Who's my best Doom target? It's actually probably a Blink Dagger, by the way, is my item. So my guy's just dead. They're all dead. Okay, so this is why we stayed bottom.
The fire spreads.
Tiny responded to mid. We're gonna get a tower, which is pretty nice. I might not get it, actually. Either way, we're doing our job right now. I'm gonna stick around to... If we have to, we can BKB TP out as well, which is nice.
Your top tower is under attack.
We have to be careful of them defending once they've killed the tower. Tiny doesn't have a TP though, which is really important to remember. We have a dragon scale, so we can like hit it and back off. We actually do decent tower damage with this dragon scale. We see them on the map, so we're gonna keep hitting. We actually got a tower trade off that, which is pretty nice. Silencer even TP'd. Oh my god. I think he's dead. Okay, so we're gonna TP home. Ogre Seal Totem is really nice against Ricky. We would love to take Quickening Charm, but Ogre Seal gets us out of the thing, the cloud, without having to press BKB, which is like super nice. I'd probably go Shivas. They just have too much physical between Ricky and Tiny. I have to be tanky where during BKB I don't just die. Because right now I have 21 armor with Devour going. I honestly respect this Windranger for like how much he's committing, because this is what people do in pubs. They just don't fucking shut up, so. I'll be honest, like, I'm not even noticing what my teammates are doing. I'm just trying to focus on like what's happening on the map, what like to think about in the game, and trying to show up to fights when I can. But like, generally speaking, what you guys are noticing a lot in my Smurf games is the fights aren't things I like, because, you know, it's just lower MMR games. So I don't show up to fights nearly as much because I'm like seeing these fights, my Void's dead at the start, stuff like that. I could have honestly considered taking my W cooldown just to play the map better. But I think like I don't know, that's maybe kind of a grief, because Doom cooldown's like so good. So we should have Shivas off that, because we can sell these 2 items. We do have Shivas. Do they have any Basher? They do have a Basher. We need to defend that fort. Okay, so we have ports. We're just trying to bait spells onto us right now. He has a Lincoln's. Nice.
Be quick about it. The middle tower is under attack.
Okay. Long fights. Trying to hold our spells. I'm actually super low. What am I low from? I'm just dead. What was I low from, actually? Just silencer? Sadly, he chronoed with no follow-up. I think I could have played that fight way better. The issue is that Ricky has a Lincoln's and an Aegis, and he's like a ton of damage. So, what can we do here? Probably need to go Axe, because they have Lotuses and, not find it actually. It usually is how it goes. The guy that's bitching all game does not do what he's supposed to. Yeah, so we definitely need an Axe for Ricky. We are running out of slots though. Earbreaker's got detection, Void does not. He almost has B3 though. That's gonna be 2 lanes. I think that one fight was like the one that you have to win in these type of games because your team's been feeding all game. That was definitely the one fight that we had to win. But you never know, maybe my team does something cool here. Holy shit, that damage.
Oh no, the top tower. It's under attack.
Both my teammates are dying to that guy. I really don't want to BKB. Okay. I wish he hadn't focus fired the dead CM, but. Okay, looks like we baited a little bit. Okay. We're back. Honestly, Infernal Blade damage is like pretty sick here, but probably the break for Ricky. I'm like 90% sure you can break his passive. Oh, I have a fucking Blink Dagger in base. What the fuck? When did I get that?
Easy breezy breezy.
I actually totally forgot I got a Blink Dagger, guys. This game's been so hectic. It didn't get delivered to me, I guess, with the courier? I have a hotkey for Ag's Doom. I just forget what it is. Oh, it's not on this account. I think it was FW. Because it gets weird, because I can't have it on Quick Cast anymore. Okay, so they're all alive soon. Okay. So suddenly we're like super farmed. We had to sell our Midas though. We are level 25. Ricky is level 23. I tell my team what I need from them. This is a really good thing to do. Mid-wave, just cut it and kite it backwards up to a high ground. Silencer did not have a Lincoln's. Do I see first?
The fire spreads.
He'd be pretty stupid to go for this. Buyback's pretty good here for me because I have bots. Problem with our heroes, we don't do any tower damage. That is definitely a problem. So we're gonna assume that forced a reaction, so we're gonna blink away preemptively.
Hell's on earth.
Okay. So our Void could be in some trouble. He's honestly pretty courageous for showing on this.
Damnation come.
Actually,
Rages.
wait, why am I not casting it on myself? Okay, I did this wrong, guys. Wait, is he just... Okay, so I'm silenced. Okay, we had a little bit of a fuck up here, boys. Okay, I had some hockey issues, guys. A little bit of hockey issues. What was I planning with that? Oh, I had to double cast it. I actually don't know what... I have a different hockey for this on my main account. I don't know what it is. Yeah. We're gonna fort. I'll just have to single target myself with the Doom. That's fine. Okay, so we're gonna buy out. We're against Megas. Don't have BKB just yet. We are going to try our best. Okay, we've got Strength Blink. It's pretty good. We have to be very patient. We have to like let them extend a little bit into us. Oh my god, wait, did I blink away? Oh my god, this is pathetic. This is so bad, guys. I fucked up so hard. I guess I double tapped my blink. I don't know what's going on with my hockeys. Sag. That was our game-winning play right there. And I'm having hockey issues. That really sucks. I'm thinking that's a GG, boys. Thinking that's a GG.
Sneaky, aren't I?
So one thing I will say about the 2 games I've lost so far, because this will be the second week that I lost in a row, is that I purposely created situations that my team would be heavy, and we're also against a ton of pickoff in both games. Like, the other game was a Nyx and a Shadowblade ET, which people are feeding to, and then this time it's a Bounty and a Riki. These games are really hard to win when your team does this, I'll be honest. It actually is very difficult. But we could have played those last 2 fights better, and I think it would have made a difference to the point that we could have potentially won the game. In this one specifically. And we also had a few mistakes in the last week one that caused us to lose as well. So it's kind of interesting. I mean, this has all been an experiment. I think what we did that game was make it a game. Like, we did make it a game, despite the fact that everything that was going on was happening. We had a 4 position that was not playing 4, and he went 1-14, so he, like, griefed our lane, and then went 1-14. And then we had a mid laner who was bitching at him the whole game, and went 4-13. So this probably looks a lot more like your guys' games. And I'll be honest, like, I think I had to clutch it up in those last 2 team fights. I forgot I had a blink, because I was really overwhelmed. I didn't go regen and just kind of died to damage over time in that one fight. And then just now, I literally double-clicked blink and failed my initiation. And these are things that I take away from this game. It's probably easier for me to do this than it is for you guys because this is your MMR that you're losing because of these people. But I also have to deal with this every day too. So if anything, I really hope that these games are a good example of what you can do to still make these a game. And if I had clutched it up in those last 2 fights in this game, for example, it could have been a whole nother story. And I promise you in that Spearbreaker game last week, if I had not followed my team into death a few times, that game would have been a lot closer too. So the important thing about these games, I hope you guys can see, is that a lot of times you're probably going to lose them. Like, that just is what it is. But making it a game and winning like 10 to 25% of them can be a huge deal. You know, as a Smurf, I would expect to win maybe like 60 to 70% of them, but obviously that did not work out this time. But thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hope you learned something from today's educational Smurf. Thanks for watching.